In the volatile world of New York's organized crime, one name resonates with both charisma and controversy: Joe Gallo. From the bustling streets of Brooklyn to the infamous night at Umberto's Clam house, we dive deep into the life, alliances, and dramatic end of this notorious Mafia figure. Welcome to the crime story of Joe Gallo. Born Joseph Gallo on April 7, 1929, in the Red Hook neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York, Joe Gallo's early life was rooted in an environment that was both tough and challenging. The Gallo family, which comprised of Joe, his brothers Larry and Albert, and their parents, Mary and Umberto, lived in a predominantly Italian-American enclave where loyalty to family and community was paramount. Growing up during the Great Depression, Joe witnessed the struggles that many families faced, including his own. The neighborhood tales of success, power, and respect associated with the mob became an alluring prospect for young men like Joe. It's been said that Joe's charisma and fearlessness quickly caught the attention of the local Mafia members. His reputation for being both intelligent and ruthless, a rare combination, made him a valuable asset for organized crime figures who were always on the lookout for potential recruits. As Joe delved deeper into the criminal world, he naturally began to form affiliations with established mob figures. By the mid-1950s, he had forged strong ties with the Profesci crime family, one of the five families that dominated New York's organized crime scene. Joe's association with the Profescis, particularly with the family's head, Joe Profesci, solidified his standing in the Mafia hierarchy. Yet, it wasn't just allegiance to a single crime family that defined Gallo's early years in the mob. He was known for cultivating a diverse network, building relationships across different factions. This ability to navigate the complex waters of mob politics was both an asset and, as his story unfolded, a potential liability. Throughout this period, Joe was flanked by his brothers, Larry and Albert, who became integral parts of his operations. Together, the Gallo brothers formed a formidable trio, known for their loyalty to each other and their shared ambition to rise to the top of the Mafia world. As Joe Gallo climbed the ranks within the organized crime network, he worked with, and at times against, some of the most notable figures in the Mafia landscape of the era. One of the most influential connections Joe established was with the head of the Profesci crime family, Joe Profesci himself. Their partnership, however, was fraught with tensions and disagreements. Another key figure in Gallo's sphere was Carmine Persico, a young and ambitious mobster who, like Gallo, was looking to solidify his position within the Profesci family. As time went on, Persico would play a pivotal role in the conflict between Gallo and the Profesci leadership. Apart from these, Joe Gallo was also known to have interacted with other influential figures in the New York Mafia scene, including Joseph Colombo, Frank Costello, and Carlo Gambino, although the nature and depth of these associations varied. The seeds of the conflict between Joe Gallo and the Profesci leadership can be traced back to deep-seated disagreements over money and power. Gallo and his crew felt they were not getting their fair share of the family's earnings, leading to rising tensions. Additionally, Joe Profesci's demand for a $50,000 loan from Gallo, without intent of repayment, was a significant point of contention. In a bold move, Gallo and his crew kidnapped several of Profesci's top men, intending to use them as leverage to negotiate better terms with the family leadership. However, while the hostages were eventually released, the event set off a series of retaliatory acts. Multiple attempts on Gallo's life were made during this period. One of the most notable occurred in 1961 when gunmen opened fire on Gallo and his associates in a Brooklyn bar. A turning point in the war was when Carmine Persico, once an ally of Gallo, switched his allegiance to the Profesci camp. This move further isolated Gallo and heightened the hostilities. The Profesci-Gallo War wreaked havoc on the New York crime scene, leading to a significant destabilization of the established order. Gallo's charisma was a blend of intelligence, humor, and audacity. He was known for his quick wit, often regaling friends and acquaintances with tales of his adventures in the criminal underworld. His fearless demeanor, combined with an articulate way of speaking, made him a compelling figure in both Mafia meetings and social gatherings. Moreover, his appeal was bolstered by his rebel image. Gallo was not just rebelling against societal norms, but also at times against the very mob structures that sought to control him. This maverick persona made him intriguing and attracted to a variety of people, both inside and outside the criminal world. His persona drew the attention of several figures in the arts and entertainment industry. He was known to frequent popular night spots and rub shoulders with celebrities of the era. Some reports suggest he even had a friendship with actor Jerry Orbach, who was said to be fascinated by Gallo's life and stories. The nexus between organized crime and show business was not unique to Gallo, but his ability to straddle these worlds with ease made him a notable figure in both circles. The allure of the Mafia life, combined with Gallo's personal charm, made him a popular figure in certain bohemian and artistic communities in New York. Gallo's rebellious nature and his tendency to challenge the traditional structures of power within the Profasci family, later the Colombo family, made him both an ally and an adversary to various factions. Gallo's growing influence, his alliances, and his audacity in challenging the status quo caused discomfort among other families as well. His disregard for traditional Mafia rules and protocols, combined with his penchant for bold moves, like the kidnapping of Profasci's top men, meant that he was often at odds with established Mafia figures and their factions. The tensions and rivalries culminated in a dramatic and violent episode on April 7, 1972, Joe Gallo's 43rd birthday. Gallo was celebrating his birthday with his family at Umberto's Clam house in Manhattan's Little Italy, a venue not typically frequented by him. It's believed that his presence there was tipped off to his rivals. In the early hours, as Gallo was dining, gunmen burst into the restaurant. Without hesitation, they opened fire. Gallo was hit multiple times, but in a final act of defiance, he tried to draw the gunman away from his family. He staggered out of the restaurant and collapsed a short distance away. Joe Gallo was pronounced dead, marking a violent end to one of the most enigmatic figures in the New York Mafia scene. The actual identities of the gunmen remain a topic of debate and speculation. Some theories suggest that the hit was ordered by leaders within the Colombo family, while others believe it might have been in retaliation for previous acts orchestrated by Gallo. The assassination of Joe Gallo sent shockwaves through the organized crime community and the public at large. His murder was not just the end of a notorious mobster, but it symbolized the volatile nature of Mafia politics and the fragility of alliances within that world. The brazenness of the assassination, especially in a public place, garnered significant media attention. Newspapers and television channels extensively covered the event, delving into Gallo's life, his criminal activities, and his impact on the Mafia world. The public, already fascinated by mob stories, was both horrified and captivated by the details of Gallo's death. Within organized crime communities, the reaction was mixed. Some saw it as the inevitable end for a man who frequently challenged the system. Others viewed it as a tragic loss, marking the end of an era where figures like Gallo, audacious, charismatic, and larger than life, dominated the scene. If you found this story captivating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the most intriguing tales of the past. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the life of Joe Gallo.